Here you will have free English and French videos to increase your skills to talk, and to immigrate to Canada, you will have these videos from the partnership with Canada Smart Mind. Subscribe yourself to not miss any video. Have 1. A grammar rule, to know how to say your things. 2. A text, to improve your pronunciation. 3. An exercise, to consolidate your knowledge. You will learn how to speak English and French. You will learn how to settle in Canada. Subscribe and ring the bell to keep receiving these videos. Do not have concerns anymore. Improve your skills of listening, reading, writing, and speaking to get a higher score on international tests and immigrate to Canada or to any other English or French-speaking country. Pay close attention to this video to find out how. Now, here we go. 1. Grammar rule. The importance of speaking practice. There are 4 key skills when you learn a language: listening, speaking, reading, writing. Which one of these is the odd one out? Which one of these is different from the other 3? The answer is speaking. The other 3 you can do alone, on your own, without anyone else. You can listen to the radio alone. You can read a book alone. You can write a letter alone. But you can't really speak alone. Speaking to yourself can be dangerous because men in white coats may come and take you away. That is why you should make every effort possible to find somebody to speak with. Where can you find people who can speak English with you? And how can you practice speaking when you are alone? At school, if you go to a language school, you should use the opportunity to speak to your teachers and other students. When you go home, you can still practice listening, reading and writing, but you probably can't practice speaking. If your teacher asks you a question, take the opportunity to answer. Try to say as much as possible. If your teacher asks you to speak in pairs or groups with other students, try to say as much as possible. Don't worry about your mistakes. Just speak. Conversation clubs. Many cities around the world have conversation clubs where people can exchange one language for another. Look in your local newspaper to find a conversation club near you. They are usually free, although some may charge a small entrance fee. Shopping. If you are living in an English-speaking country, you have a wonderful opportunity. Practice speaking to the local people such as shop assistants or taxi drivers. Even if you don't want to buy anything, you can ask questions about products that interest you in a shop. How much does this cost? Can I pay by check? Which do you recommend? Often you can start a real conversation, and it costs you nothing. Pubs and bars. Even if you don't live in an English-speaking country, there are often American, British, Irish and Australian pubs in many large cities. If you can find one of these pubs, you'll probably meet many people speaking English as a first or second language. Language is all around you. Everywhere you go you find language. Shop names, street names, advertisements, notices on buses and trains. Even if you are not in an English-speaking country, there are often a lot of English words you can see when walking in the street, especially in big cities. And there are always numbers. Car numbers, telephone numbers, house numbers. How can this help you? When you walk down the street, practice reading the words and numbers that you see. Say them to yourself. It's not exactly a conversation, but it will help you to think in English. For example, if you walk along a line of parked cars, say the number on each car quickly as you pass it. Test yourself to see how fast you can walk and still say each number. But don't speak too loud. Songs and video. Listen to the words of an English language song that you like. Then repeat them to yourself and try to sing with the music. Repeat the words as many times as possible until they become automatic. Soon you'll be singing the whole song. Or listen to one of your favorite actors on video and repeat 1 or 2 sentences that you like. Do it until it becomes automatic. It's good practice for your memory and for the mouth muscles that you need for English. Above all, don't be afraid to speak. You must try to speak, even if you make mistakes. You cannot learn without mistakes. There is a saying: the person who never made a mistake never made anything. So think of your mistakes as something positive and useful. Speak as much as possible. Make as many mistakes as possible. When you know that you have made a mistake, you know that you have made progress. Now, here is the grammar rule that you can use while you are talking. Remember, you got to have the grammar rules, the pronunciation, and the vocabulary to sustain your conversation. I wish I could say some soft words to you and cool you down, but here is the thing: you have to go deep into your practice to develop your skills. We post here the basics of grammar, pronunciation, and vocabulary. So hit the subscribe button and bell icon in order to receive the other videos and increase your ability to speak. Also, contact us to see how easy and cheap is to enroll in our teaching program, where you can have videos, exercises, and books to support your work and to increase your performance. And share this video with your friends and help them out. 2. Text.
A California company is using robots to grow plants in greenhouses that it says use 90% less water than traditional farms. The company, Iron Ox, operates several greenhouses and has plans to expand. It recently announced a new $50 million investment. The financing was led by Breakthrough Energy Ventures, a company established by Microsoft founder Bill Gates. At a 930 square meter center in Gilroy, California, Iron Ox uses a self-driving robot named Grover to transport containers of plants. The large greenhouse uses hydroponics, a system designed to grow plants in materials other than soil, such as water. The company says each container, known as a module, carries 30 liters of water and about 70 seedlings as it moves. Another machine uses robotic arms to lift the top of the plants out of the water. This permits the roots to be inspected. Sensors also examine the water, measuring levels of nitrogen and acidity. Iron Ox claims the system uses 90% less water than traditional farms, as well as 90% less electricity than indoor farms using LED lights. LED stands for light-emitting diode, which produces light up to 90% more efficiently than regular lights. Sarah Osentowski is the company's Senior Vice President of Engineering. She told Reuters news agency she believes robots like these can help prepare for a more sustainable future. I think it's a really exciting way we can move forward in agriculture right now, Osentowski said. I really believe that we need to grow in a way that could feed the future of the world without hurting the earth, she added. So, a big part of our mission is to grow more with less. The company notes that in its greenhouses, any water not used can be pumped back into the system to be reused later. Agriculture is an important part of California's economy, but water usage has increasingly become a concern. The last major drought in 2012 to 2017 cut water for farmers, forced household usage limits, and fueled deadly wildfires. Iron Ox currently grows Thai basil and strawberries and is working on cilantro, parsley, and tomatoes. The company plans to build a new 50,000 square meter greenhouse in Lockhart, Texas. There, the robots will be moving about 5,400 modules. Iron Ox CEO Brandon Alexander told Reuters that building the company has been an eye-opener for him and others. I think we're now at a stage where most people understand that conditions are only getting worse, he said. The system includes another inspection station that uses overhead cameras to capture three-dimensional or 3D images of the plant. Scientists use this data to study crop production levels. We want to give each plant exactly what it needs and nothing it doesn't, Alexander said. After the sensors examine the plants, the system provides suggestions for what is missing. What does that plant need that we're not giving it? Sarah Osentowski sees the robotic indoor system expanding in the coming years to become a scalable model. I think it's a really interesting way to bring modern technology in a controlled setting to agriculture. And it lets us do things that grow in ways that are really unique and different, she said. I'm Brian Lynn.
Remember to go to the description and check the links for Canadian companies searching for employees outside of Canada. Also, there is a link to contact us in the description. Since you can count only on yourself, make your inscription and hit the like and the bell icons to receive our videos. 3. Exercise.
Quiz. California startup uses robots in greenhouses to grow crops. What is the Grover robot designed to do? To control water levels in plants, to lift the plants for inspection, to measure plant nutrient levels, to transport containers of plants. Correct. To transport containers of plants. What is hydroponics? A system that uses water to transport nutrients to plant soil. A system designed to grow plants in materials other than soil. A system that produces power from water processing equipment. A system that captures rainwater for use in greenhouses. Correct. A system designed to grow plants in materials other than soil. What purpose does the 3D imaging system serve? To examine nutrients in the roots, to observe vegetable quality, to study crop production levels, to map greenhouse enters. Correct. To study crop production levels. What part do sensors play in the production process? Control levels of sunlight in the greenhouses, provide suggestions for what the plants are missing, measure temperatures inside the plant modules, record the growth of newly planted seedlings. Correct. Provide suggestions for what the plants are missing.
Tell us your questions and pretty soon, you will see what we have to say. Leave your comments about this video and we will know what you like and what we can do to better help you. Thank you for watching this video and be sure that we will be with you in this journey to turn your dreams into reality. Keep up there and write your story. I'll see you at the next one. Bye for now.